I said we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Oh, we're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. There's a belief that if you work hard enough, good enough, talented enough, bestest enough, it's a belief that if you work hard and that if you have the best merits, then you will be rewarded. You will get your piece of the pie. If you work for 40 days and 40 nights, eventually you will be rewarded. And that is the capitalistic belief that we are sold, that keeps us enslaved. Stay with me now. We see this on social media when people do the most for views. They try to be entertaining enough. They try to be attractive enough. They try to be doing the most ridiculous things, exploiting their personal lives, making up pranks, just doing shenanigans for views. Because the belief that if I am entertaining enough, then I will succeed. And it works, but temporarily and often at the expense of the creator. But I'm getting sidetracked because this is I and I, hosted by your host, who? SamiahSupremacy, where I talk about what? My spiritual journey as an artist, a singer, and a songwriter. If you are new here, what do you need to do? Like and subscribe. Be a serious person now. Like and subscribe. You're in for a treat. This video will be about alignment over hard work, and why hard work is a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit. I'm trying not to curse on here because my goal is to get monetized. Yes, help me get monetized by liking and subscribing. Yes, my goal is to get monetized, so I can't be all up and through cursing now, can I? That's not very kosher, is it? All right, roll the intro. It's I created my world. Okay, so as y'all know, you know what I gotta do. You know what I have to do. I gotta do my outfit and makeup ensemble cam. So on to a segment I want to call the mental health check-in. I was inspired by Jessie Woo and King of Reeds. I watch their channels and they always do mental health check-ins, and I want to incorporate that. So how are you feeling? How have you been doing? What's going on in life? I'm trying to think what I've been doing for the past 2 days, and it's like I have been having really productive days where I'm like working on my clothing brand, working on this YouTube and social media stuff, working on my songwriting stuff, but also unproductive days of like watching Law and Order, Organized Crime Unit, because SUV is just too stressful for me. It's triggering. Like I have nightmares if I watch SUV, so I don't watch it. But Sergeant, what's the guy's name? I forget his name, but that bald guy on SUV, not on SUV, the bald guy on the Organized Crime Unit, who's like the star of the show, he's always undermining the sergeant, the real boss, Ayanna Bell. It's like every single episode, Ayanna Bell is giving this bald-headed man an instruction. Do not investigate this crime. Do not move forward. Wait on me. Literally 5 seconds later, what is this bald-headed man doing? He is stepping out the precinct to investigate something he shouldn't be investigating against Ayanna Bell's advice. Just undermining the black woman. I don't appreciate it. This has happened 100,000 times since I've been watching this season, and it bothers me. It bothers me, and that's what I've been spending my day doing. Whew. I get so passionate. Anyway, on to my video. Hard work over alignment. This topic was actually inspired by this YouTuber who I very much so look up to. Her name is Blue Telusima. I think she was having a quote about like, yeah, you work harder and yeah, you have the degrees, but you know, I'm doing the things, something to that. And then it clicked to me that so many people are tryhards. So many people are working hard to prove themselves in hopes that it will guarantee something, in hopes it will guarantee the results that they want. And I personally, Samiah, can really relate to this as I've been moving out of my people-pleasing nature. I would try to move a certain way to guarantee a certain result. And although it would work, it would only work temporarily, and it would often work towards my own detriment in the end. And I find that the people in the park are loud, but hey, whatever. But I see that online too. I see people doing the most for clicks, the most for views. In terms of when I say they're doing the most, they're not doing genuine and authentic things. They're chasing trends, or they're exploiting themselves. They're exploiting themselves, or they're exploiting the people around them. And oftentimes, in the short term, it works, but in the long term, it doesn't. And it really speaks to forcing things, into being. And sometimes maybe it's not meant to be at all. Maybe it's not in your path. And that's me coming from a spiritual place. And then when I think about the music industry, when I first told my parents, like, I want to sing, I really started off wanting to, like, do an internship at a music studio. And they were so against it. They were violently against it, to say the least. They gave me hell. They rained down hellfire from the Jesus upon me. It was a lot. And I ended up not going because they're Jamaican, they're strict, they did not want me to go. I forgot why I just brought that up, because I get sidetracked. But their fears were coming from the fact that the music industry is so predatory. And one of the reasons why it's so predatory is because the doorway to success is so narrow when it comes to the industry. It's all about who you know. And oftentimes, the people at the bottom fall victim to being prey to the people at the top, i.e. the diddler. The diddler, child. They are able to see, it's like you are on the bottom as this young, not me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to speak spells over myself. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the artist is at the bottom as a young, talented person. And because of the capitalistic nature of society and how we're taught that if we move based on merit and hard work, we'll be rewarded, people at the top, like a diddler, are able to take advantage of those young, talented people. Because it's the idea, if that you give more, if you do more, if you just go along with this, eventually, if you just hold out, if you would just wait, if you would just, bide your time and, just keep your head down and, eventually it'll be your time. It will be your time to shine. But what happens is you get exploited, which is why I say hard work is for suckers. Hard work that is not directly aimed at improving you and improving what you got going on for your family and your community, that is for suckers. Putting time and energy into another person's system, that is for suckers. With my music stuff, I have been pushed to do music for such a long time, and I've been ignoring that desire simply because I didn't trust myself enough to do it. I'm still working through that. I'm not going to hold you. But I realize that for me, it's about alignment. If God is telling me do your music thing, then I should just do it. But I think I'm trying to come up with my own way of doing it, not buying into the system that is to be pimped out. I'm not trying to have that happen to me, child. So I'm doing this social media stuff. I'm doing clips of me singing. I'm aligning myself with what I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm doing it in a very unconventional way. And it's just my belief in the sense of surrendering that if it's meant to be, it will be, and I can't force it by overworking, by, trying to be super perfect, by, attaching myself to shady people. Not shady people, but attaching myself to like men, because you see that a lot of the time in creative industries, i.e. content creation, music, whatever. It's like, if you're a woman, you're trying to get started off, you link yourself to a man who is already established, because it's so hard to get started as a woman that it's easier to just associate yourself with a man to come up. But then you become his prop. And you see that a lot in the streaming world. You also can see it in the rap world, or the female rap world, or the music world, because if you do enough research, you will see that a lot of these artists, female artists, when they first came out, were associated with men, and they never really got their chance to find their style outside of men crafting their identities. And I really want to step in as Samiah. I don't want no crap. I don't want any individual crafting all this. You know what I'm saying? I'm already packaged, baby. I don't want nobody to have to tell me how to dress, how to style, how to talk, how to be, how to live, how to fart. Because I just am. So if it's meant to be, I'm saying I'ma just be it. I'm not going to try to be perfect at it. I'm not going to try and work hard, super hard, and be the best. I just feel like if it's for me, it's for me. That's not to say that I'm not going to do what I should do to be in alignment, but I'm not going to toxically try to guarantee myself a certain result by overworking. I was never one by overworking or being over perfect. I was never one for hard work anyway. To be honest, when I search the corners of my mind for what more stuff that I would like to say, nothing comes up. I really think I said a lot. I feel like I'm succeeded. I feel like this is success, honey. I feel like I'm doing good. And the vibe is flowing. And yeah, so I'm going to end the video right there. But before I do, be sure to like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Share and subscribe. Share and subscribe, and comment, and like, and share, and subscribe. Break it down now. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. 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 Subscribe, cause I'm trying to get monetized. Monetized. Subscribe. 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 So you can see more of yours truly. And what else? You know what? I forgot something. Follow me on all my social media platforms. And if you're feeling generous, I said follow me on all my social media platforms. And if you're feeling generous, donate to my Cash App. Donate to my Cash App. So the money can roll in. So the money can roll in. So the money can roll in. I'm at a public park, but no one is looking at me because everybody's minding their business. This is the segment of the show I like to call the after show. The show already over. I'm at a public park, everybody minding their business. This is the perfect and most ideal way to feel. Nobody is bothering me. Everybody off doing their own thing. Nobody worried about me. Nobody be giving me no weird looks. And that's what I prefer. That's what I prefer. Have you not heard? That's what I prefer. That's what I prefer. No one to bother me. No one to question me. That's what I prefer. Have you not heard what I prefer? That's what I prefer. I'm literally burning up because this sweater is hot, but I gotta go. Smooches.